The suit never stops hurting. From the moment Vader's burned body was sealed inside the armor on Mustafar, pain became his only companion. The black metal that strikes fear across the galaxy is, in truth, a cage of torment. Every single piece of the suit causes suffering. The interior lining presses against raw, burned skin that never fully healed. Vader lost most of his natural flesh in the lava flows of Mustafar. What remains is a patchwork of scar tissue, nerve damage, and exposed muscle. The suit's metal contacts dig into this ruined flesh constantly. There is no comfort, no relief. The chest plate alone weighs heavily on his damaged ribcage. The pressure is immense. Vader feels it with every breath, a crushing weight that reminds him he is more machine than man. His limbs are gone, all four, replaced by crude cybernetic prosthetics that connect directly to his nervous system. The interface points are a source of constant, burning pain. Every movement sends signals through damaged nerves, creating a sensation like fire crawling under his skin. The suit's temperature regulation system is deliberately flawed. Vader is either too hot or too cold, never comfortable. The internal climate control cycles between extremes, keeping him in a state of physical distress at all times. And then there are the needles. Dozens of them, embedded in his flesh, feeding him nutrients, injecting him with chemicals, monitoring his vital signs. Each one is a pinprick of agony that never fades. Some are connected to tubes that pump fluids into his broken body. Others extract waste. All of them hurt. Vader cannot scratch an itch, cannot adjust his position for comfort, cannot remove even a single piece of the armor without risking death. He is a prisoner in his own body. The dark side fuels him. It gives him strength. But it also amplifies his suffering. The anger, the hatred, the pain, they feed into each other in an endless cycle. The more he suffers, the stronger the dark side becomes within him. And the stronger the dark side becomes, the more he feels every agonizing detail of his existence. Palpatine designed it this way. The Emperor wanted a servant who was powerful, but controllable. And so Vader suffers, every second, every minute, every hour, without end. But the worst part? The pain is only the beginning. The respirator is supposed to keep him alive. Instead, it keeps him suffering. Vader's lungs were destroyed on Mustafar. The superheated air and toxic fumes seared his respiratory system beyond repair. Without the respirator built into his mask, he would suffocate in minutes. But the machine doesn't just breathe for him, it controls him. Every breath is forced. The respirator pushes air into his damaged lungs with mechanical precision. There is no natural rhythm, no unconscious ease. Vader cannot simply breathe. He must wait for the machine to cycle. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. It's suffocating. Even though air is entering his lungs, Vader constantly feels like he's drowning. The sensation of artificial breathing creates panic deep in his mind, a primal fear that he cannot escape. His body screams for oxygen even as the machine delivers it. The mask itself compounds the torture. It's sealed tight against his face. The edges press into burned skin around his jaw, cheeks, and forehead. There are contact points that dig into raw flesh with every movement of his head. Turning left or right causes the mask to shift slightly, grinding metal against nerve endings. The filters inside the mask are old Imperial technology. Inefficient, they struggle to purify the air entering Vader's lungs. Sometimes, he can taste chemicals. Other times, he smells burning, a phantom scent from Mustafar that never truly leaves him. Eating is impossible. The mask cannot be removed in normal atmosphere. Vader receives nutrition through tubes and injections. He hasn't tasted real food in over 20 years, hasn't enjoyed a meal, hasn't felt the simple pleasure of drinking cold water on a hot day. Sleep brings no relief. The respirator continues its rhythm even when Vader rests. The sound haunts his nightmares. The mechanical hiss becomes the soundtrack to his tortured dreams, visions of Padme, of Obi-Wan, of the life he destroyed. He cannot cry. The mask won't allow it. Vader has felt overwhelming grief, crushing guilt, and soul-deep despair, but tears cannot fall. The mask traps everything inside. Even his sorrow is imprisoned. And if the respirator ever fails, Vader has minutes, maybe less. He is utterly dependent on the machine. One malfunction, one power failure, one severed cable. And Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith, the Emperor's enforcer, the terror of the galaxy, suffocates helplessly. Palpatine holds that power over him, always. If the armor were removed, the sight would be unbearable. Vader's body is a nightmare of medical horror. Third-degree burns cover most of his remaining skin. The flesh is discolored, pale white in some places, angry red in others, blackened where the burning was worst. His face is unrecognizable. The handsome features of Anakin Skywalker are gone, melted away in the lava. What remains is a skull-like visage with tight, stretched skin, no eyebrows, no hair. Just scar tissue and exposed bone in places where the flesh burned completely away. His eyes survived, but barely. They are sunken deep into his skull, surrounded by burned tissue. The yellow Sith corruption makes them glow with unnatural light. But even that glow cannot hide the pain reflected in them. His limbs are completely gone. Vader lost his right arm years before Mustafar cut away by Count Dooku on Geonosis. But on Mustafar, he lost everything else. Obi-Wan's lightsaber severed his left arm and both legs in a single devastating strike. The cybernetic replacements are crude, functional, but not elegant. Heavy durasteel limbs connected directly to his skeletal structure and nervous system. The connection points are sources of constant infection. Vader's immune system battles endlessly against rejection. Bacta treatments slow the decay, but cannot stop it. His spine is partially mechanical, reinforced with metal rods and supports to keep his damaged body upright. Nerve clusters that should have died are kept alive artificially, transmitting pain signals that should have been silenced long ago. His internal organs are failing, slowly. The suit monitors everything: heart rate, blood pressure, kidney function, liver enzymes, all of it degrading year by year. The machines compensate, but they cannot reverse the damage. Vader is dying, has been dying since Mustafar, just very slowly. His chest is the worst. The burns there are deepest. The flesh never fully closed over the wounds. The armor's chestplate actually seals against open scar tissue, creating a sterile but agonizing barrier between his ruined body and the outside world. Bacta baths help, slightly, but Vader cannot live in a Bacta tank. He must function, must command, must serve the Emperor. And so the horror beneath the armor continues to suffer, day after day, year after year. A body that should be dead, kept alive by machines, tortured by its own existence. This is Darth Vader. Not a man, not a machine, something in between, something that suffers endlessly. And Palpatine watches and smiles. The suit was never meant to heal Vader. It was meant to control him. Palpatine stood over Anakin's burning body on Mustafar and saw an opportunity. The chosen one, broken, defeated, completely dependent, the perfect apprentice, powerful enough to be useful, weak enough to be controlled. So the Emperor designed a suit that would ensure Vader remained exactly that way forever. The cybernetics are deliberately outdated. The galaxy has far superior prosthetic technology, limbs that feel almost natural, skin grafts grown from cloned tissue, Bacta immersion therapy that could have healed most of the burn damage. Palpatine rejected all of it. Instead, he gave Vader crude mechanical limbs. Heavy, uncomfortable, painful. Prosthetics from 20 years earlier. Functional, but primitive. The interface connections caused constant nerve pain by design. More advanced systems existed that would have eliminated that suffering. The Emperor chose pain. The respirator is another example. Modern medical droids could have reconstructed Vader's lungs using cloned tissue, or provided him with a fully internalized breathing apparatus, invisible, comfortable, natural. But Palpatine wanted Vader dependent on the mask, wanted him unable to survive without the suit, wanted him to know, every single second, that his life belonged to the Emperor. The suit's electronics are deliberately vulnerable to Force lightning. Palpatine's signature attack, the one ability Vader can no longer use himself, because the electricity would fry his own life support systems and kill him instantly. It's a fail-safe, a way to punish disobedience, a reminder of who holds the power. If Vader ever tried to overthrow his master, as is the way of the Sith, Palpatine could disable the suit with a single burst of lightning. Vader would collapse, suffocating, helpless. The Emperor made sure Vader knew this. Even the suit's appearance is calculated. The black armor, the flowing cape, the imposing helmet, all designed to create fear, to make Vader a symbol of terror, to strip away the last traces of Anakin Skywalker and replace him with a monster. Palpatine didn't want a healed apprentice. He wanted a weapon, a broken, suffering weapon that could never threaten him, a slave dressed as a lord. And it worked. For over 20 years, Vader served, hating himself, hating his master, but unable to break free. The suit was his chain, his prison, his eternal punishment. For over 20 years, Vader served, hating himself, hating his master, but unable to break free. The suit was his chain, his prison, his eternal punishment. The Dark Lord of the Sith, enslaved by his own armor. Palpatine had won, and Vader knew it. Every agonizing moment of every day. He knew it. The suit doesn't just torture Vader's body, it destroys his mind. Every reflective surface is a weapon against him. Polished floors, viewport glass, the helmets of stormtroopers standing at attention. All of them show him the same thing. A monster. Vader cannot forget what he's become. The suit won't let him. It's a mirror he can never look away from. The towering black figure, the expressionless mask, the mechanical limbs. This is what he is now. This is what he'll be forever. He remembers being Anakin, remembers being human, feeling the sun on his skin, running without mechanical joints, clicking with every step, smiling without a mask, hiding his face. All of that is gone. The suit is a constant reminder of his greatest failure, Padme. He sees her face in his nightmares, hears her voice, feels her hand slipping away as she dies. He killed her. That's what Palpatine told him, and Vader believes it. The suit is his punishment, his eternal penance, a physical manifestation of his sins. He wears his guilt like armor, because his guilt is his armor. The isolation is unbearable. Vader cannot touch another living being with his own hands, cannot feel warmth, cannot experience human connection. Everything he touches through gloves and mechanical sensors. He is alone, always, surrounded by servants and soldiers, but utterly alone. The dark side feeds on this isolation. Vader's anger and pain fuel his power, but that same power reinforces his suffering. It's a feedback loop with no escape. The more he suffers, the stronger he becomes. The stronger he becomes, the more he suffers. His identity is fractured. Anakin Skywalker is dead, or so Vader tells himself. He must believe that. Must believe the boy from Tatooine, the hero of the Clone Wars, the Jedi Knight who loved Padme Amidala, is gone. Because if Anakin still lives somewhere inside the suit, then the guilt would be unbearable. But late at night, in rare moments of quiet, Vader feels it. The ghost of Anakin Skywalker screaming inside his mind, begging to be free, mourning everything that was lost. And Vader crushes that voice, buries it beneath rage and hatred, because acknowledging it would break him completely. The suit has already taken his body, his face, his humanity. Now, slowly, it's taking his sanity too. And there's nothing Vader can do to stop it. Vader's walk is unmistakable, slow, measured, deliberate. It radiates menace and power. But the truth is far less impressive. Vader moves slowly because moving quickly is agony. His cybernetic legs are heavy. Each one weighs nearly as much as a normal human leg. The servos and hydraulics that power them are strong, but crude. Every step requires conscious effort. The neural interface translates his thoughts into mechanical movement, but the translation is imperfect. There's a delay, a fraction of a second between intention and action. It's disorienting. Vader has learned to compensate, but it requires constant focus. Walking isn't natural anymore. It's a deliberate act of will, and it hurts. The connection points where metal meets flesh grind with every movement. The prosthetic legs interface directly with his pelvic bone and lower spine. Each step sends vibrations through those connection points. The sensation is like bone grinding on metal, because that's exactly what it is. Running is worse. The impact force multiplies. Vader can run when necessary. His strength in the dark side can push his body beyond its mechanical limitations. But afterward, the pain is excruciating. The connection points inflame. Sometimes they bleed internally. So Vader walks, slowly, deliberately, and everyone interprets it as confidence, as power, as the unhurried stride of a man who fears nothing. They don't see the truth, that each step is calculated to minimize pain, that Vader is always aware of his body's limitations, that the imposing Dark Lord is, in some ways, disabled. His arms are equally problematic. The cybernetic hands are strong enough to crush metal, to lift grown men by their throats, but they lack fine motor control. Vader cannot write by hand, cannot manipulate small objects with precision, cannot feel texture or temperature. His grip strength is either too weak or too strong. There's no middle ground. He's crushed data pads by accident, broken doorknobs, shattered glasses. Everything requires conscious calibration. Nothing is natural. Nothing is easy. In combat, the Force compensates. Vader's power in the dark side enhances his speed, his reflexes, his coordination. He becomes, briefly, more than the sum of his broken parts. But the moment the battle ends, the R Anakin breathed. Without the machine, without the prison, just breathed. It hurt. His lungs burned. He was suffocating. But he was free. For the first time in 23 years, Anakin Skywalker was free. He looked at Luke, his son, his hope, his redemption, and he smiled. The pain was ending. The suffering was over. The suit no longer held him. Anakin closed his eyes. And finally, he was at peace.